Hey beautiful people, welcome to Flow with Roberto. I'm Roberto. In today's practice, we'll be working on a full body vinyasa. So we start off with some sun salutations, and then we go to Prasarita Padottanasana to lengthen our hamstrings, and poses like Garudasana, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So nice twisting poses, things that help to also keep our fascia nice and healthy. So thanks for joining me, and let's get started. Let's get started in a kneeling position. If you'd like, you could sit on a cushion or a block to prop yourself up, right? Or if this position isn't available to you or uncomfortable, we can try also just in a seated position with your legs crossed, also seated on a block or on a cushion if you prefer. So rest your hands in your lap and gaze past the point of your nose. Resting your eyelids, resting the muscles in your face, resting your jaw, your tongue, and observe your thoughts that come and go, your breath that rises and falls. Observe the temperature of the air on your skin. Observe the weight of your body pressing against the floor. We will start today's practice with a simple breathing exercise called Bhramari Pranayama. Basically cutting off all of our senses to the outside world, reconnecting with our vibratory beings. So I'll demonstrate before we begin. And I'm going to bring my hands in front of me, separate my fingers. I'm going to press or lightly just apply my middle finger on my eyes, my index finger just above my eyebrows, my ring finger between the space between my nose and my lip, and my pinky finger just above my chin. My thumbs are going to close my ears, okay? So I take a big inhale here. On my exhale, I close my ears and I sing the mantra Om with my mouth closed. Om. Like so. Okay, so let's try it together. So bring your hands in front of your face. Okay, spread your fingers. Apply your middle finger to your eyes, your index finger just above your eyebrows, your ring finger above your upper lip, and your pinky finger just above your chin. Your thumbs close your ears, inhaling and exhaling mantra Om. Om. And relax, release. Let's come to the front of our mat in a standing position. Keep our feet about hips width distance. Feel the floor and our feet pressing against the floor. Inhaling your arms up. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling Ardha Uttanasana, gaze forward. Exhaling Uttanasana. Inhaling Ardha, gaze forward, flat back. Exhale Uttanasana, fold forward. One last, inhale Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold forward. Inhaling, gaze forward, raise your right leg. And take a step back, exhale. Left leg back to meet the right. Plank. At the end of your exhale, Shastanga, Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, small cobra. And exhale, plank to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend your arms forward. Come to standing, Urdhva Cross your hands, palms up, heels up, and bend your knees. Exhale. Inhale to standing. Samastiti. Left side, inhale. Arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Another 2 times. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, Uttanasana. One last time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Left leg up. Take a step back. Exhale. Back with your right. Shastanga, Chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, small cobra. And exhale, plank to downward facing dog. Good, 2 more breaths here. Observe your body in alignment in downward facing dog. Good, right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, left leg. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extend your arms forward. Come to standing at the end of your inhale, heels up, palms up. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arch. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Take a step back with your left. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga Dandasana this time. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extend your arms forward. Come up to standing. Cross your hands, palms up, heels up, bend your knees. Exhale. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arch. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, gaze forward, right leg back. Exhale, step back with your left. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. And exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 breaths here. 2. And 1. Good, last round. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, out of the Uttanasana, extend your arms forward. Come up to standing. Cross your palms, cross your hands, palms up, heels up. Exhale, bend knees. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, Samastiti. Good. Inhale, arch. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, left leg back. Exhale, step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Extend your arms forward. Come to standing. Cross your hands, palms up, heels up, bend knees. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, Samastiti. Good. Let's take a step back with our left foot. We'll come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Our feet are parallel, and then once we make them parallel, we can point them slightly internally so that we have a nice structure, okay? So inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward, but stopping halfway. 3. Really point your coccyx bone back and your hands forward. Unite your scapula. 2. And 1. And release. Your hands in between your feet. Your palms are in line with your heels. Inhale, open your chest, and exhale, fold forward. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale. Come back up the way we went into the pose, extending your arms forward. Good. Point your right foot forward. Take a micro step forward with your left foot and bring your left foot at a 45-degree angle. Look so that our heels are in line, and we're going to shift our left hip forward. Inhaling, arms up, unite your palms, and exhaling, fold forward. Reach your hands in the front of your mat. If you would like, you could also bring your hands back or prop yourself up on a block or book. Keep your right leg engaged. Another breath. Good. Gaze in front of your mat, bend your right knee, and come into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. If you would like, you can bring your hands in front of your sternum in a prayer position. Another breath. Good. Now come into Urdhva Prasarita Padottanasana, standing split. Rest your hand on the ground. Your right hand grabs your ankle. Your left hand walks outside of your mat. One last breath. Good. And take a long step back. Rest your left heel. Your left foot is at a 45-degree angle. And we'll come into Warrior 1. So inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Unite your palms. Arch slightly. Bend your right knee. 2. And 1. Good. Come down. Hand around your foot. Take a step back and come into side plank, Vasisthasana. So on our right hand, we're creating an arch with our oblique. Our left arm is resting on our left side. We're going to gaze towards our middle finger in our right hand, aligning our chin with our shoulder. One last breath. Good. Come back into plank. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Let's take a step forward towards our hands. Extend our arms forward, come into standing. And Samastiti. And one to the left side. So take a step back with our right foot. Bring our feet parallel to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Okay. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Come halfway. 3. Point your coccyx bone back, your arms forward. 2. And 1. And fold forward. Your hands in between your feet. Your palms are in line with your heels. Inhaling, open your chest. And exhaling, fold forward. Bend your elbows back. 3. Open your chest, point your coccyx bone up. 2. And 1. And release. Let's exit as we came in. Inhale. Good. Point your left foot forward. Your right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Align your heels. Shift your right hip forward. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold from the center. Three. 2. And 1. Good. Gaze forward to Virabhadrasana 3. So warrior 3. Stand on our left leg. 3. Engage that left leg. 2. And 1. And come into standing split. Utthita Padangusthasana. Oh, sorry. Urva Prasarita Padasana. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Take a step back. Come into warrior 1. Our right foot is at a 45-degree angle on the back. Our left leg is bent. Inhale. 3. 2. And 1. Hands around your left foot. Step back into plank. Come into side plank. Vasisthasana on your left arm. Rest your right arm on its side. 3. Really engage the left oblique. 2. And 1. Good. Come back to plank. Into downward facing dog. Rest here for 3 breaths. Try to bring your heels as close to the ground as possible. Root your fingertips. Unite your scapula. One last breath. Good. Let's walk forward to the front of our mats. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Gaze forward. Separate your feet about hips width distance and come into Padangusthasana. So we'll grab our big toes. You can also come into Padahastasana, but I'll show you Padangusthasana first. So grabbing your big toes like so. and folding forward. Or Padahastasana, raising your soles of your feet, bringing your palms and your soles together, and folding forward. One last breath. Good. And release. Separate your feet about mat's width distance and come into Malasana. Good. Bend your knees. If you would like to prop yourself up, you can also bend your mat, fold your mat, so that your heels are slightly propped, maybe a little bit easier. Another breath here. Really separate your knees, open up your hips, point your coccyx bone down, point your pelvis forward. Good. And release. Bring your hands forward, raise your hips. 3, flatten your lower back. Extend your arms forward. 2. And 1. Good. Now let's grab a bind. We'll bring our right arm, okay, in front of our tibia. I'll shift myself over here so you can see. My feet are still mat's width distance. My right arm is in front of my tibia. My left shoulder opens up, and my right hand grabs my left wrist. One last breath. Good. And release. Extend your arms forward. Raise your hips. Good. And grab the bind on the opposite side. My left hand grabs my right wrist. One last breath. Good. And release. Hands forward, and we'll come into crow pose. So, Bakasana. So from here, we're going to shift our weight into our hands. We're going to walk our feet slightly closer together, raise our heels up. Bring your knees as close to our armpits as possible, and we're going to start to shift our weight from our feet into our hands. Our fingertips are rooted, and we raise our feet off the ground. Now, if that's a little bit if that's too much of a challenge, you can also do a variation where our hands are still in front of our feet, but instead of bringing our knees into our armpits, maybe you don't have that much flexibility in order to do so, and you're still working on your strength. You can also widen the space between your knees and press your knees into just below your deltoid. Okay? And shift your weight. Okay? And it looks like this from a side angle. Okay? Take a step back. Chaturanga Dandasana, 3 breaths. 2. And 1. Good. And inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. 3. 2. And 1. And exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Really breathe space into your lumbar spine. Another 2 breaths. Good. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee to your left shoulder. Extend your right leg. Place your right hand on the outside of your left hand, or right foot on the outside of your left hand, and apply your left heel. Come up to your fingertips on your right hand or onto a block. Okay. Open your left shoulder and extend your left arm. Keep your right plantar on the ground. One last breath. Good. And left hand down. Good. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. One last breath. Good. Right foot forward in between your hands. Stand on your right leg and shift forward your left knee and come to a standing position, balancing on your right leg. Now you can stay here if this is comfortable for you and this is still a challenge and you like this, that's great, you can stay here. Okay, if not, you can follow me in Parivrita Utthita Padangusthasana. Okay, right hand grabs the outside of your left foot. Extend your left leg. Open your left shoulder. And gaze past your left shoulder. One last breath. Good. Release. Come into a variation. Arms up. Left leg pointing. One last breath. Good. And then come into Garudasana. Your left leg folds over your right and you grab the bind. Okay. I'm going to come into the center of my mat so you can see. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm underneath your right and your palms unite. Okay. So you can explore this pose, okay, by maybe bending your knees ever so slightly, shifting, tilting your pelvis forward and back. Start to feel and massage your lumbar spine with different movements. Okay, good. And release only your legs. Your arms are still in Garudasana, and you're going to step back with your left foot. Okay, bend your right knee. Arch, inhale, and exhale, release. Good. Come into plank. Bring your right foot on the outside of your mat, opening up to the sky, arch, and exhale. Come back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good, stay here for 2 more breaths. Excellent, left leg up. And bring your left knee to your right shoulder. Extend your left leg. Place your left foot on the outside of your right hand. Apply your right heel. Come onto your fingertips on your left hand. Inhale. Open your shoulder. Exhale. Extend your right arm. 3, 2, and 1. And release, right hand down. Bring your left ankle on your right knee. Good. Raise your right heel. Bring your left foot forward. Okay. And then come onto your left leg and bring your right knee to your chest. Hug your right knee. Okay. Utthita Padangusthasana. If you would like to follow me, grab the outside of your right foot with your left hand, extend your right leg, and twist. One last breath. Good. Come into Garudasana. Actually, sorry, variation. Right leg pointed forward. And come into Eagle Pose, Garudasana. Cross your right leg over your left. Grab the bind if you can. Right arm under left arm. And unite your palms. Again, explore this position, this posture. One last breath. Good. Release your legs, your arms are still in Garudasana. Take a step back. And arch. And come, hands around your foot. Take a step back, your left foot on the outside of your mat. Arch, inhale. And exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha. And exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay here for 2 more breaths. One last breath. Good, right leg up. Exhale, come into Ekapada Rajaka Pottasana, so pigeon. Bring your right foot right behind your left wrist and your right knee behind your right wrist. And we'll start to walk our left leg back, okay? Have a look to see that the left leg is nice and straight. Breathe space here between your hips. If you need to, you can also prop yourself up, placing a block or a cushion underneath your right hip, okay? We're gonna do a little bit of a twist. So we're gonna bring our right elbow to our right plantar and apply pressure, opening up our left shoulder towards the sky. Okay, all the while, my left hip is trying to press into the ground. One last breath. Nice thoracic spine twist. Good. And release, inhale. Good. And on your exhale, slide your left leg forward. And we're gonna come into Janu Shirshasana. We're gonna bring our right heel, okay, turn to show you, to our perineum. Inhale and exhale. One last breath. Good. Inhaling up. And we're going to come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So bend our left knee, cross our right foot, right leg over our left. My right ankle is just on the outside of my left knee. And I'm going to twist. Using my right hand as an anchor, I'm going to press against my thigh. Inhale, extend my left arm. Exhale. My left elbow on the outside of my right knee. I'm going to twist, aligning my chin to my right shoulder. Good. And release. Ani Sambhasana. So I'm going to stack my tibia, one on top of the other, my right tibia on my left. Okay. Inhale, my arms up. And exhaling, fold forward. One last breath. Good. Come up. Excellent. Cross your ankles and take a step back into plank. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, forward into pigeon. Again, we'll do a twist. Breathe space here. I usually feel different things with my left and my right. So they're not always symmetrical, right? So try to observe what that feels like. I know that my left hip is a little bit harder to open up than my right. So I take a little bit more time. Good, so we'll twist. Left elbow to our left sole of our foot and twist open. Apply your right hip to the ground. One last breath. Good, and untwist. Slide your right leg forward. Shirshasana, your left heel to your perineum. Right leg is engaged. Inhale and exhale. One last breath here. Good. Come up to seated position. And we'll do Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left leg crosses over right. Okay. Pressing against the outside of my left thigh. I create an anchor that helps me twist to the left. One last breath. Align your chin with your left shoulder. And untwist. Anisambhasana. Stack your left tibia on your right. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, folding forward. Two breaths. Last one. Good. And come up, seated position. Come into Navasana, boat pose. Extend your legs. Your wrists are at the height of your knees. If this is a little bit too challenging for you, you can also bend your knees and keep your tibia parallel to the floor. Two more breaths. Good. Now come into Ardha Navasana. Two more breaths. Last one. And release. Extend your arms past your head. Good. And arms at your sides. Bend your knees. Now let's try to touch our heels, and then once we touch our heels with our middle finger, just walk your feet slightly forward so that there's a little bit more space. Raise your hips off the ground, come onto your shoulders. Okay, cross your hands underneath your coccyx bone and press into the ground with your feet, but keep your throat open, protect your spine. Good. And release. Exhale. Place your left ankle on your right knee and bring your right knee to your chest. Now in that little space there, bring your left arm and grab your right knee with your hands to use some force in order to press your tibia into your chest. Okay. If you would like, you can also extend your right leg and walk your hands towards your ankle. Now, all the while, I'm trying to keep my coccyx bone to the ground, my spinal column nice and long and extended. Good. And back down. Release. Again, your knees are bent, your sole's on the floor. There's a little bit of space between your middle finger and your heels. Raise your hips off the ground. Come onto your shoulders, extend your arms. Small bridge. Good. And release. Your right ankle onto your left knee. Bring your left knee close to your chest. Good, and if you would like, again, you could extend your left leg if you did that with your right. Walk your hands to your ankles. One more breath. And release. Good. Excellent. And we're going to extend our legs up, and we're going to come into plow pose, halasana. So I'm going to bring my feet past my head, okay? And if you would like, if this isn't available to you, you can also use a block to prop your feet up, okay? It's a little bit easier, or a cushion, okay? I'm going to come onto my shoulders, cross my hands, extend my arms, and I'm going to avoid looking or turning my head from left to right. So just keep your neck straight. Press your heels back, your coccyx bone forward. Another breath. Okay, we're going to come into Ekapada Halasana. So you're going to just keep your left leg, left foot down, raise your right leg and point it towards the sky. 3, really push with your left heel. 2, and 1. Good. And release right leg, right foot back down. Inhale, point your left leg up. Keep your right foot on the ground behind your head and push with your right heel. Point your left foot, another breath. Good. And release your left foot back to meet your right. We're going to come into Karnapidasana. So we're going to bring our knees close to our shoulders, around our ears, and our hands are going to go to our soles of our feet. Keep your throat open. One last breath. Good. Release your hands back, cross, and you're going to extend your arms along your mat. Extend your legs and come into Sarvangasana, candle. If you would like, you can also place your hands on your back, okay, resting yourself on your tricep, on your arms, okay. For a more challenging position, you can extend your arms, resting your fists. One last breath. Good. And release, come back into Halasana plow pose. Good. Release your hands and start to roll your vertebrae onto the ground. Good. With control, you lay your legs onto the ground using the strength of your abs, and release. Now, you can move your head from right to left, right and to left. Good. Jatara Parivartasana, one more neutralizing position. So bend your legs, cross your left leg over your right, grab the bind if you can, shift your hips to the left and your knees to the right. Open your arms. Try to keep that left shoulder to the ground and the intention is to bring your left temple to the ground. Good, and unwind. And cross your left leg. Change positions here. Bring your hips to the right and your knees to the left. Elongate your spine before you twist. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Good, and release. And cross your legs, extend your legs. Your arms at your sides, your palms facing upwards. And final resting pose, Savasana. Just let your body's weight press against the ground. In natural, unmodified breath. In and out of your nose. Your muscles are completely relaxed. Your body pressing into the floor. Your breath rises and falls. Your body completely relaxed. Start to wake up your body through small movements in your hands and in your feet, wiggling your fingers and toes, moving your ankles and your wrists. Next, inhale deeply through your nose, extending your arms past your head. And exhale, bring your knees to your chest and hug your legs. Accompany your knees to the left or to the right and come into a seated position. Delicately open your eyes. Bring your gaze past the point of your nose. Thank you for joining me today.